What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at more SBCs, and now pretty much gone through the Christmas festivities. We are now looking into Team of the Year. That's going to be the big thing with a lot of these SBCs. We're going to see a lot of SBCs that are going to drain as much coins as possible, as much fodder they can go into. They want you as pretty much a rock bottom, ready for Team of the Year. So if you're looking for coins, head to the description of the video, have a look at U7, click go to site, and you'll be transported straight to the coin page for FC25. There is plenty of mounts, and we know full well that U7 are the cheapest, safest, reliablest coins that you can get out there. Once selected your product, click buy, and you'll also be given a newcomer an extra bonus per time. Then obviously head over to the discount, type in JT11 for your discount code, and you'll be able to get that lovely 6% off every single time. And there is also massive creators that are on screen that are also affiliated with U7 Buy. And if that's not enough to convince you, there is lots of different reviews that you can go on Trustpilot and have a look for yourselves. Safe, reliable, and fast. Because then the whole point is to buy packs. So you've got to be very diligent with what you go with in terms of what SBC you complete. Now we have got some really good ones, so let's jump straight into them. We're going to go with the icons first, as they are the easiest ones to kind of go with, to be honest, because the pricing pretty much tells you what you need to know. When we look at the Verons now, realistically, there is a lot of cards that are just outdated. Veron is going to be a big one there, and to be fair, everybody else I'd say has got a spot. Lampard, not, but we'll get to him. And maybe Shevchenko could be a bit of out of the ordinary now. So let's go through them. Veron in itself has been the same for literally since he's came out. I just don't think he's worth the complete. At the start of the game, thought he was decent. It was a good upgrade for him, but even then, he wasn't worth the price that you're paying, in my opinion anyway. Desai is another one that I do agree that he's a very good card, and if this was a tier list on how good a centre-back is, he's definitely up the ranks in terms of what you can actually get as a centre-back. He's got the block plus, which has its uses. It's not my personal favourite, but it's still a decent playstyle plus. But the 600k value at this point in the game, when Virgil's still very meta, and he literally costs now like 40, 50k. You've got Konate for free with the 91 upgrade. You've then got the likes of a Saliba, even in gold, is still good enough. It's not necessarily saying that Desai is worse than maybe Saliba. I think Virgil is better in my opinion, but that's just a personal preference. But it's the value of the card that you're spending. I'm kind of going on that defensive. Not everybody has got millions of fodder, millions of coins to be able to put into every single SBC. Back in the day, you used to be able to complete every SBC. There was only a handful every single week. Now we've literally got about like 30 cards pretty much every week. So Desai, in terms of an SBC value, I personally would say don't complete as well. Raul would be another one. I think in terms of strikers, we've got better options. So many better options for cheaper, let alone now the Evos that are coming out, that left wing. If you're not looking at a Vinny, if you're not looking at a Nani, if you're not looking at a Lundberg, if you really want, you've got the attacking Avalanche. If you've put all your coins into that, it's a solid upgrade for an Evo. One of the best Evos we've had this year. So already, strikers have got better SBCs. Wingers have got better SBCs, or even Evos. And I'd even say some of the striking Evos have been fantastic. Buffon, one that I actually do think is a nice upgrade, and it's funny because he did come out randomly on a Wednesday. I don't know why Team 2 just came out so randomly. I didn't even know it came out. That is literally how random it came out. But we did suggest, because we knew Buffon was leaked, that he could be a midfielder, and we didn't have the midfielder leaked yet. It was just that Buffon was in the team, and it was a centre mid. So it kind of worked out that the SBC actually is still coming in at good value, because that card is 150k. Obviously, we got 230 on the Buffon SBC. If you wanted it in your goal for an Italian goalkeeper, an icon goalkeeper, I'd say he's good value. I really think he's in that value category. Wouldn't say he's a must complete. I think you could still get away with a Courtois. You've got many other goalkeepers like Van der Sar is still my personal favourite, but you can still get away with doing the goalkeeper SBC if you need it for a specific requirement. Which then brings us on to, I think, Baggio and Butra, which, to be honest, I've got no problems with both of them. I think both of them are very good players. Baggio maybe in a very specific role. I'm, like always, never really a big fan of Technical Plus. I don't really utilise it that much, but there is players that can utilise it really well, and Personally, for me, the pace playstyle plus would be quick step this year. I love it on Mbappe, love it on Malin. It works really well. Whereas technical, it's a certain type of game style, and for me, it can work, but it's not going to be what I personally would go for. Butra has got the same as well, but I can always verify their positioning, their actual stats, how they play. They are very good cards. So I think in terms of value of what you can get, 300k for Baggio isn't that bad, and then 500 for Butra for the level of striker you can get, especially if they are going to be given a lot of these icons a double playstyle plus Evo in the future. We've already started to get them. That's going to be great for a Butra if you want him now, and potentially get that upgrade for a Travella, a finesse shot, a power shot, for the double on him later. And because you know full well, Butra's next upgrade card is going to be expensive. He hasn't had one as of yet, so more than likely when he does get a, it won't even be team of the year to be honest, but it would be like a, I don't even think Numero Foot's got icons, but something like a Foot birthday. I know that's a little bit further away, but you know what I mean. The next icon set, he's got to be within the running at some point. Which leads us to the brand new ones. I did really like Socrates last year, and last week, and I'm still on that hype. I think he's a fantastic striker. If you can really get behind the power shot, it's a beautiful one to use. I do think he's one of them ones. At 390, a Brazilian icon in the striking role, he's a fantastic player. I'm a big fan of him. And then we had the free, and to be honest, I've been disappointed with all three of these. Makalele, for me, even though I will only say that the best thing about him is he is cheap. 200k on an SBC is not that bad. It's a relatively decent one. You could have obviously added the 4-star weak foot, but he's already got it, so kind of a wasted opportunity for a winter wildcard upgrade. But he is still just okay. Like I really expected more from him. Just ones across the board. I really expected a little bit more from his card. I thought they might have even just gone a double or even triple upgrade for him, and they kind of just let it slide really. I think he's great value for what he is, but the CDM role has got so many cards. I really wanted to say that he should have been a must complete. And then we had Lampard, which to be honest blew it out of the water. I think once we got Lampard, Makalele didn't look that bad. Lampard looks awful. Like, in general for a card, he's good for a Lampard card because obviously they've rearranged the stats. They've given him some more defending, some more pace. They've made him into a young Lampard. I get that. But 86 rated with very basic stats as soon as they've given us a Bellingham. I get that was the Ultimate Edition, but when they've given us the potential of this Bellingham for free, I don't understand it. The only good thing for Lampard is if you're building a Chelsea team and you personally just want a past and present and you could Evo him later. I think you could Evo him now, to be honest. But the fact that literally a week ago they gave us that Bellingham, it makes no sense of the upgrade itself. So it's a shame of a card because I do think they could have stepped him up and gone to the 88, 89, but still increase the pace. They could have changed the position. He has obviously got the ability for some Evos. Nothing too crazy, but I think for me, he's going to be the first icon that I put in the SBC storage because the only good thing with him, he is cheap. He's not expensive. He's most definitely one of them ones you could get as just having an icon in the team, throw some fodder into him, and then maybe have a good Evo later on down the line. That would really be the only option I would go for a Lampard, in my opinion. Even if you went for Bonmati as well, still a fantastic card that you could have got for free with having the Ultimate Edition. I don't understand the Lampard option at all, in my opinion. We have got Shevchenko as the final icon. 140,000. It's got the power shot. It's cheap icon. Good pace. Good shooting. Obviously, it's not necessarily a massive upgrade to him. He already had the power shot. He has now got a 4-star, 5-star. Foot been do it backwards. They need to change it. It needs to be a 4-5 because you're reading it weak foot skill move when at the bottom here it's skill move weak foot. But a 4-star, 5-star, so great upgrade there. I think this is a solid value card. Again, I don't know if it's a must complete. I'd say the only time it's a must complete is if you've not got a solid striker already. If you've not evoed one, you've not got one with a playstyle plus, you're still rocking like a gold Haaland, then yes, it could be worth the upgrade then, and I'd say he could be a must, but I'd say at the very minimum, he's going to be another decent value that you could complete. To be honest, you could even potentially go into the SBC storage as 140. isn't that expensive now in the grand scheme of things. It's a very easy SBC to complete. You're looking at what we got. We got the bronze and have we got the bronze and silver still? Yeah, we got the bronze and silver still, so that's already there. 83 rated team in your sleep, 84 the exact same, 85 and I'm assuming 86, 87, double 86. So really that should take a weekend. A champs rewards, something like that would get pretty much most of that done. So that's absolutely golden. Which leads us to the players. Now, we've got obviously quite a lot of them that we've already gone over before. I'd say most of them are in that same position still. We have got a few that are leaving, so let's have a look and see which ones are going in the very close future to see if you should be doing them. Obviously, Barella 8 hours. I really liked that card. I thought for the Serie A upgrade, he was definitely worth your time, especially if you're doing a Buffon, if you're doing all of the Serie A player of the months, you're looking at a Keane. They are worth doing. Now, 8 hours left. More than likely you're watching this and he's disappeared. So, unfortunately, he would be in the not complete now. There's just no chance of that. Keane is still going to be in the SBC storage. We then have... Oh, we have Patry, but I've took her out of this list. She was still phenomenal, so she would definitely be in that completely great value to do. She's got a great card upgrade, especially if you did take Bonmati, if you've got Hansen in the team for links, if you've got Rolfo now in the new Winter Wild card. She's a very, very good card. Obviously, Jamie Carragher, I quite like it. I think he's storage. He's a great value card. He's a little bit of fun. I can get behind that card. Salah at this point. Now, we had this kind of debate with obviously Sane and Salah. Obviously, Salah still has his ability. Regardless of price, Salah will always come out on top. Sane's just a really good, cheap version with a nice playstyle plus, with obviously the 4-4. He's going to come in better in terms of what he looks like. Now, Salah's ability on the ball is still fantastic in the game. It's why everybody gravitates to him in team of the season. You put a 96 Salah and a 96 Sane next to each other in a team of the season, they could have identical stats. They could be everything the same. People always go to Salah. It's the name, the ability on the ball, the body type, how he runs. It's always going to be great. And I think with Salah, this time round, I think you could do him, to be honest. I really think with the fact that they went with this Evo here, which is the weak foot upgrade for an 88, I think that is going to be a fantastic one once we get into a 90 Salah, into the 90 weak foot upgrade. Especially if he does manage to get another Evo at some point. It's not going to be now, but getting him this early on, especially because he's got so many cards coming, I could see him as a team of the year. I think he's definitely done enough to prove himself. He's obviously got his 90. He's got his player of the month 90 now, which is what we're going on about. He's then got his total rush. He then got the Globetrotter. He's on track to potentially get another player of the month if he carries on. This card, it's either you go for this one, and it's kind of like how like an Mbappe is when he got double player of the month. You just have to pick one, and once you get him, you put all the Evos that he can get into that card. So I would say Salah is definitely in that must complete if you are looking to upgrade him at some point. And right wing is probably one of the harder positions that I've personally found. I'm still using Adama and then swapping him out for Malin, but I do really, really like Salah in this game. So he's somebody that I'm on the middle of completing. I was kind of going through a few other players, but that is a card that you should be looking at to finish if you're not just going to wait for the next one, because is guaranteed another player of the month at some point. So if you don't go for this one, there more than likely would be another. It's not necessarily the end of the world. We then have Melina. I'd say great value to complete, 100% in the storage. Nani, I'd say is decent value. The links, the only thing that sways me a little bit, but as we get into more icons, more heroes, you're gonna have plenty of links, even if you just put him on the bench. And later on down the line, Evo could be fantastic for this card. You've got 14 days to get him done. I think it's an absolute must. Which brings us kind of into the newer cards. You've obviously got a couple of other player of the months. They're okay value. Again, maybe Evos down the line, but they're not going to go into the main team just yet. I'd say we've had plenty of other strikers that you should have completed by now. Like Nunez takes definitely a spot up still, especially with the chance of having Evos on him. He was always going to be a fantastic one for like 130, 200k. He was a must to complete. Whereas I think these are nice cards and they've definitely got ability, but they're not necessarily going to be a main striker as of yet. I'm seeing more Mbappe's crop up, which takes out one less position. And a lot of people play 4-3-3. Leave in the comments what formation you play. Sane, like we said, I think is absolutely incredible. I think if Salah's a must, he's got to be up there. You've obviously got the 5-star, well, the 4-star, 5-star, 130,000. He's a 4-5. I've already said that. Power, finesse shot plus on the right-hand side. The only kind of major difference that we could have had potentially, like we look at, could be wrong here, but let me just double check. Oh no, he is left-footed. I thought he was left-footed. I thought one of them was right. So we've got Salah, Sane, and also Saka, all finesse, all right mid, all left-footed. So he definitely puts himself in that option. And obviously being Bundesliga, he's a different league. So Salah and Saka are kind of battling it out together. If you're running a Bundesliga team, that's kind of your option. So it just works easily for him. Throw it into then Madri. Again, I'd kind of be more willing to say kind of just not complete. She's 38,000. I think at the very minimum, you're just going to go SBC storage, chuck in a few cards, get her an 87 for fodder later on down the line. Maybe an evolution, but realistically, you're going to go for a different one. Once you get to them 87s, 88s, there's going to be somebody better to Evo in them. So realistically, unless she's going into a team of the season of footies, you're not going to use her. Let's be real. Nuno Mendes coming in at 75,000. Great left back, looking more attacking on the attacking wing back side. We've had plenty of Evos for that as well. It's got the quick step. It's not my favourite in terms of what you can actually get for a left back, but I think in terms of SBC storage, you could throw it in. I think Ligue 1 in itself, other than maybe going for the links for Nani, the Ligue 1's not really appealing anymore. We've got no Mbappe, we've got no Messi, got no Neymar. There's nobody else in that league that, unless you're going like a Kolo Muani, you're looking at a Dembele, which already have better links being French. You might as well just kind of stick with the French links there. So Nuno Mendes, unfortunately, would always be beat out by Ferland Mendy, in my opinion anyway. Which then leads us to Diego Forlan. He's going to stay the same with a great value, which then leads us now to the new cards. We got a Navas in an end of an era. Incredible. Very much like Nuno Mendes, rapid plus. He's going to have more of an attacking wingback style. It depends on what you like. I think he's definitely worth getting like Nani for maybe an upgrade in the future, because I don't know if they're going to get another upgrade. I don't see them getting team of the season, so it's going to be a very interesting one to see where they go for the next upgrade if they do get one. So if you want a Navas and a Nani as their final card, this could potentially be it. So if you want to get their Evos done, then naturally you need to get these SBCs done as well. We have got the Christmas Day upgrade. We got Z Roberto. Phenomenal centre mid. He, for me, is an easy one. Must complete. Get him in. A great centre mid. Now, he does have the technical, so that's the only thing that I don't like about him, but he's got so much talent. And again, like Salah, could there be a Playstyle Plus upgrade? We saw a weak foot that didn't get any upgrade. You didn't get a... I don't think you got a overall upgrade. You literally just got a weak foot. They will definitely do that with a Playstyle Plus. So I think for that reason especially, is a must complete. Bellingham. Great card. I love Bellingham in the game. I think his Ultimate Edition one, phenomenal. This one, no. 560k, even if you didn't choose him, Bonmati's still better than paying 560. You got a free card that was way better in my opinion. I still don't like it. So it's quite an easy one. Then we go to Gavi, just because I want to kind of go over Palmer a bit more. Gavi's absolutely crazy. It's such a good upgrade. The stats are brilliant. He's already got the 99 dribbling, so that's a massive tick off him. Obviously, the shooting and defending is a little bit lack, and obviously the physicality isn't necessarily crazy, but a base of Gavi here for a bigger evolution in centre mid is well worth having. So for me, Gavi is a must complete, especially for the price. Lundberg, unfortunately, even last year, I didn't even know he was in the game. He literally is just, unfortunately, a second note. Now, he's got the Rapid Plus, like his previous version. It's fantastic. It's got the 5-star weak foot upgrade. Brilliant. Stats look decent. Great price. I think he's just going to be a solid SBC. He's going to be for your past and present. And that's really about it. Now, Palmer, for me, I'm trying to think of the comparison because he's a nice card. Like, it's a brilliantly statted card. I've just not found a position for him. I don't like him on the right wing, right mid. I think he's taken up a role from somebody more pacier, kind of like your Adamas, your Malins that I personally like in the 4-4-2. But then I don't like him in the middle. I don't really play too many heavy cams. I'm a 4-4-2 merchant, as they always say. It doesn't work in my positions until he gets that big defensive upgrade. Unless you've got that cam roll and he fits it, I think he needed the incisive. Giving him the technical now rather than having the incisive from the Trailblazer would have made this card. I'd have even paid an extra 150k for this card with the value of an incisive pass, and they clearly just didn't do it. He's got the 5-4. His stats are very good. He's got great composure, great dribbling all round, great passing, shooting's nice, pace is getting up there obviously, but he's still just lacking that good playstyle plus in my opinion. So I would go decent value to maybe even a not complete, but I mean, it is Palmer. He will get an upgrade, and hopefully that double playstyle plus could come for him as well, which we are now banking on like 3 or 4 of them. So hopefully they do give us a lot. And that is going to be everybody. Let me know down below who you're completing at the moment, or are you waiting for Project Team of the Year? Peace.